I've never felt like this before. It's like you just get me. I feel like my true self with you. Does that sound crazy? And it doesn't hurt that you're gorgeous. Okay, that's it. I'm taking you home with me. I mean, you can't find shoes this good just anywhere. Find a shoe for every you from brands you love, like Birkenstock, Nike, Adidas, and more at your DSW store or dsw.com.
It's a new-ish day, Newnan. Yes, it is. I say new-ish because, the days start feeling the same when you've been living in your brain. And I got that country twang. It's my new country song. It's called The Days Keep Feeling the Same. It's about how even though life gives you variety and things change through life, if our brains are stuck in a place of laziness and repetition, we cannot see that the life is greener on the other side. So it goes, the days just feel the same, living in your brain. I got that country twang, but that girl is my thing. I'm gonna find her. Wait, now it sounds weird. I'm gonna scoop her up. I'm gonna lay her down in the bed of my truck. 'Cause the days are the same when I don't got that thing. Thing being THANG. Thing. So now the song is about how the days are the same when I'm not with my girl. So Hanley, if you're listening to this, my sweet love, the day's the same unless I got that thing. That would be that booty. I probably talk about booty too much. I apologize. I take it out. Edit it. That part got edited out. It's gone. It's not there anymore. Anyways, hello. It is me, Newnan Time with Harold. I forgot to mention that. We were about 2 minutes into the episode. I am Newnan Time with Harold. Often imitated, never imitated correctly. And today we are talking about all kinds of things. Do I know what we're talking about? No, I typically don't. I sit down and I hit record and I start talking and we see what happens because I am at the core an improviser. And we see where the day takes us because the days are all the same, living in your brain. I got that country twang and thinking about that thing or whatever the words were. We can go back and listen to it. So stuff's going on. What's going on? Let's see what's going on in Newnan that is interesting. Politics are revving up. We're revving up the politic train. That's the vroom, vroom, vroom of a train. Things are getting steamy in that steam engine. But most importantly of all, is that things are getting popular for me, and that is more important than anything. I am the voice of the candidates, I have decided. Because I did an interview with James Shepard, who is running for mayor, and I sat down with a man named Tim Ryan, who is running for city council, and I don't know what's going to come of it. I'm going to tell you guys this happened before I make the phone call back, but I got a call from Danny Beck last night when I had my daughter, so it was Thursday's his family day, so I focus on that Thursday night. Now it is Friday morning. I haven't called him back yet, but he wants to hang out and talk. So who knows, man? Maybe in a bit I'll get Danny Beck in here, which means I got to go after the big kahuna. I got to get Keith Brady to come into my house, sit across from me at a table, and chat. That would be hilarious. He won't do it, but if he won't do it, I can at least make fun of the fact that I tried to get him to do it and he wouldn't do it. These are politicians. If you don't care about politics, I get it. If it was up to me, I'd rather have a server at Super Chicks come here and be like, yo, what's it like serving chicken salad? Or is that a different place? Is Super Chicks the same as chicken salad? What is Super Chicks? All right, here we go. It's our first of many Google in the middle of the podcast. Super Chicks. Let's see. The menu looks like chicken sandwiches. Chicken sandwich, chicken sandwich, chicken sandwich, chicken sandwich, chicken sandwich. salad, but not like chicken salad, just like regular salad. Well, like there's chicken salad, and then there's a salad with chicken on it. So yeah, Super Chicks is not what it is. I think I'm thinking of like the Chicken Salad Chick. Is that a place? Oh God, there's a cat in here running around. Chicken Salad Chick is what I was thinking of. But it's not what I said. I've never been to either of them. So if you're wondering what Harold be eating, what he be stuffing in that beautiful face of his, the answer is not Chicken Salad Chick or Super Chicks. It's that thing. Anyways, today I have decided while doing some Googles that we are going to talk about the Mad Mexican in Downtown Newnan. I went viral. I stay viral, baby. I stay viral. If you don't know who I am, I always forget to do the introductions correctly. I apologize. If you don't know who I am a parody of the Newnan Times Herald. So my name is Newnan Time with Herald, but spelled differently, like Harold as a person name versus Herald like news. I saw this morning actually, that there is now the Hogansville Time with Herald that is obviously trying to copy me. It's the same kind of thing. It's very, very new, and I have no problem with people taking my joke and trying to do it themselves. I don't know who it is. It's not me. They don't even spell Harold the same way I do. So, but if they do something funny and they're entertaining, then cool. Absolutely support it. The Hogansville Time with Harold is the name of that page. Check it out. I haven't even really checked it out. I don't think I know enough about Hogansville to know what's funny about it. Like, I've been like twice in my life. So, but if you're into Hogansville comedy, check it out and let me know if it is funny. I will let you be the ones to let me know if the Hogansville Time with Harold is funny. But I am Newnan Time with Harold, because it's different enough from the Newnan Times Herald. But God, these cats are loud today. I apologize. We foster, we're jumping around all over the place. We foster kittens for Newnan Coweta Humane Society, and so they stay with us all week, and then they go to PetSmart on Saturdays to potentially get adopted. And right now, we have 2 kittens, and they are loud, and they are obnoxious. Not obnoxious in a way of, like, they're not worth adopting. Obnoxious in a way of, like, when I try to record podcasts, they're loud. But they're very sweet. One of them, the name is Beetle. You can meet her on Saturdays from 1 to 4, is the sweetest kitty I've ever had. And everyone says that about their cats and their pit bulls. Everybody says, my pitty is so sweet and my cat is so sweet. No. I have had a hoarder-ish amount of cats in my life. Hoarder-ish? I guess that makes sense. And this is the sweetest cat I've ever had as far as my whore. Not like whore, like I have sex with people. Hoarder, like people who keep a lot of things. I've had a hoarder-ish, not a hoardor. And not like the Game of Thrones thing. Hodor, or is he Hordor? I don't know. I liked Game of Thrones, but I never really got into it. What is my point? My point is that I exist as a parody of what people read about Newnan and Coweta County and Peachtree City and things like that. So you can find me at NewnanTimeWithHarold.com, Newnan Time with Harold on Facebook, Newnan Time with Harold on Instagram, and of course, right here where you are right now, Newnan Podcast with Harold. And like I said, today we are going to discuss the Mad Mexican Restaurant, because how long ago was it now? It was in August 20th, 21st, 22nd, one of the Augusts. It was around the number 20 and in August. I posted a joke about the Mad Mexican that went viral, in the sense of, I consider something going viral when I'm getting messages about it from people that are upset, and it's getting shared by other people that love it and think it's hilarious. But what I wrote was, the Mad Mexican ownership considering name change to the Actually Feeling Okay Today Mexican after starting therapy at Pathways. So why is that funny? It's funny because Pathways is a place that offers therapy in Newnan, and that's funny. And the mad Mexican is a way you would feel if you were a Mexican who was mad all the time. But then if you go to therapy, you may start feeling okay and less mad. So the joke is that the name Mad Mexican, if it went to therapy, would then not be mad. Because, and this is where it comes down to, if you're going to name your restaurant something like the Mad Mexican, you got to be open to the fact that people might poke fun at the name. And I think they had to have assumed that. If you're going to go from the Red Mexican to the Mad Mexican, you can't be like, oh, no one's going to make fun of the name. We're a couple of white people running a restaurant called the Mad Mexican in the South, in Georgia. Of course, that name is going to have people talk about it and jokes about it. So my joke was a very, very clever, I would say genius joke about if someone is mad and they go to therapy, they might actually feel okay, which isn't always true about therapy. I'm not saying that it's always true about therapy, but I'm saying that's the joke. And oh boy, did I upset some people with that joke. It was considered by many to be anti-small business and trying to hurt small businesses, and me using my platform to make fun of small businesses. To the point to where I won't say names, because I will post things and share names when I get contacted in the comments section. But if somebody sends me a private message, I'm not going to out you, because I've had that happen a million times in my personal life, where I've had a private conversation with somebody and those conversations were just thrown all over and sent to all kinds of people. I think private conversations should be private. I am a fan of that. I'm not going to take a screenshot of something you say privately and post it without blurring out your face. So, a little sip of soda break. But somebody who is part of the Mad Mexican team messaged me, telling me to take it down. That was one of the many, but some of the actually connected to the Mad Mexican messaged me, letting me know to take it down. It was hurting small businesses and it was rude, to the point that they said a lawyer was going to be involved. They were going to get their lawyer involved for defamation of what is the word? Defamation. You know, I was homeschooled, so I know the word Moses and I know the word Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. I don't know all the other fancy words, especially not legal words, because the only time I've been involved in legal things is a divorce, and defamation is not one of the words used in divorces. So, but they were real upset. And I am just, it's hard to stay mad at me. People have managed to do it. Some people have really managed to do it, but you got to go out of your way to be mad at me. Like, you got to make sure that if you get upset at me, you don't even come and talk to me about it, which is what a lot of people that have gotten mad at me do, is they hear things about me and then they're like, you know what? Cool. I've heard what I want to hear. I'm mad at that guy. Because if you come and you talk to me, I'm going to squeeze you back into my arms and make you love me. And we're going to get along. We're gonna come together, because I am a very easygoing person at the end of the day, and I can usually explain myself, and I have no problem apologizing. I am a very good apologizer. I love apologizing. Apologizing means growth, personal growth. If I did something wrong, which I do things wrong all the time, I would say personally, I've apologized more than anyone else I've ever known in my life. And a lot of people would think, well, yeah, because you probably don't mean it. You're just saying it to blah 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 blah. No, I mean it. I am very clear that I am not a great person, and I've done a lot of things wrong. I love apologizing, because that means I notice something. I'm like, you know what? Mess that up. I'm going to apologize. Cool. You don't want to take that apology? You want to ignore it? Cool, baby. But I'm here. I'm Gucci. I'll do better next time. Love you. So after talking to this person connected to the Mad Mexican a little bit, they were already hearting my comments and stuff and being like, yeah, it's not you that we're upset with. It's all the comments. All the comments on here that are anti-small business and anti-Mad Mexican are saying things that aren't true. They still wanted to get some legal action against it. That's not how it works, right? People can come on Facebook and say what they want about your business if they don't like it, and you can't do anything about it, which is why 2 weeks later all the comments are still there. But I will say this. The person that I spoke to from the Mad Mexican, although I am not going to take something down if somebody tells me to take something down. And of course, if they say anything about a lawyer, that doesn't matter to me. But by the end, it was a very nice conversation, and I enjoyed talking to this person. And they treated me with respect once they realized this is not just a Facebook page. This is a Facebook person running a Facebook page. They were kind, and I appreciate that. But so now I want to dive into what the Mad Mexican is, what people say about it, what people don't like about it, and what people like about it. Because I can speak from my personal experience, and I will do that as well. I have been to the Mad Mexican to eat one time. It was about 4 months ago. I accidentally went at a time where somebody that I really liked was playing music. Did not know he'd be playing music. And when I got there, I got to meet him in person and see his mom and I guess his daughter and his wife. And he's a very talented dude. He's friendly. We get along. Didn't know he was going to be there. I was just craving tacos and I wanted to do something different. Never been in the Mad Mexican. And unfortunately, their website, which I will throw this out there, their website is trash. Their website is some of the least amount of effort I've seen. It looks like a GeoCities website. Not a good website, y'all. Y'all got to do better. It's got all the important stuff you need to know and nothing else that would be helpful. I say in personal, they don't even have their menu on there. So if you're going there to read their menu, which is what I want to do, I want to go there and see the tacos and be like, oh yeah, that's the tacos I got. I want to shout out the tacos. I can't do that because I don't remember what the tacos are. But I went there and I ate with my girl. Me and Hanley went there and ate. And the 3 tacos that I ate, because I got 3 tacos, 3 different flavors, were delicious. It was incredibly good. I had 3 tacos. All 3 of them were fantastic. Now, we got a frozen drink, too, like a frozen alcohol milkshake type thing. Didn't love it, but I am a type 1 diabetic, so typically really sweet, desserty things I'm not a big fan of anyways because I know I'm not supposed to have them. Like, I can't get that out of my head. If you bring me a milkshake and it's the best milkshake you've ever had, if I take a sip of it, I'm not thinking, damn, that milkshake be bussin'. I'm thinking, oh, this milkshake gonna kill me. I can't drink it. So that's how the way my brain works. I can't get too excited for sweets. But it wasn't good. I knew even with the blood sugar thing, I was like, that's not good. But that's okay. You know, I was there for the tacos. The tacos were good. Big fan of tacos. Mad Mexican. The tacos I ate, I will say, were delicious. They were the best tacos I have had at a Downtown Newnan establishment. I can't think of another place I've gone and had tacos in Downtown Newnan. But if you're going to be the best at something, make it the best at tacos. I mean, that's a cool thing to be the best at, is tacos. I did not know, actually, because I don't spend a lot of time just walking around downtown looking in the windows and stuff. I did not know until I got in there and sat down that they do have the Confederate flag thing in there. It's not like a printed regular Confederate flag in their window. It is like this fancy little thing, which I believe the owner has said that their father made for them. So it's up there because of that, but it has now been taken down. And you know, I think there's 2 ways to look at things like the Confederate flag. I think there are plenty of people who put up Confederate flags because they like being a-holes and they are racist. Like, there are plenty of people that is true. And then there are people who, when other people are like, take down that flag, it is a shame, you're racist for having that. They keep it up just because they don't want to be told what to do. It's just like that rebellious nature of, I think there are plenty of people who have Confederate stuff and are not doing it and are not making it like a part of their personality because they hate any other type of person. It's just because they want to be like, no, this has always been part of our life, so I'm going to keep it up because you're not going to tell me what to do. I've been like that before. I've been like that I had the hardest time, I'll be honest, about Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, favorite wrestler of my life. Then when the stuff came out of him being a racist and some of the things he said about Kamala Harris, Just the level of intensity he's had about politics, mainly the racist stuff. It is really, really, like, I started hating him, but it wasn't a process of he did these things, I hate him, I'm never gonna like Hulk Hogan again, get rid of all my Hulk Hogan stuff. It was a process, a slow process of, oh my God, he's always been a part of my life. I've always seen this. He's been so big to me. I love the shirt. I love the way his logo looks. I loved his moveset. I loved his promos. I don't want to get rid of this. I don't want to get rid of this. But then and when people would be like, no, Hulk Hogan sucks, we got to get rid of him, sometimes I'd put my toes down and I'd be like, but it's Hulk Hogan, man. It's been part of my life. It's my heritage of being a professional wrestling fan. Eventually I got there. And Hulk Hogan, I learned enough to be like, nah, you know what? Hulk Hogan has hurt his image. Sorry, Hulk. And am I saying that Hulk Hogan saying mean things and saying bad things and being an asshole is the same as the Confederacy? No, of course not. But I'm trying to find some way to relate because I have never cared about the Confederacy. I don't care about those kind of things. But I do understand where people come from who have had like something where it's just been around in their lives, and then they're starting to be told, no, you need to stop being into this. And there's a difference between you don't want to remove it because you're a bad person, and you don't want to remove it because you don't want to just give in. And it's the difference in tolerance and just being inconsiderate, So I don't see the Confederate flag and think, wow, screw these guys. I still ate there, still finished my meal, didn't like that was there. But, a lot of people don't like that it was there. It'd be different if I went in there and it was balls to the wall, creepy conservative. And I say creepy conservative because plenty of conservatives are normal. Then there's creepy conservatives, just like plenty of liberals are normal. Then there's loony liberals, so creepy and loony. So it all goes every way. But one of the big things I hear about is bad seasoning of their food and Confederate flag in their window. And I don't know why they took it down. I know it's gone now. So did they take it down because they were like, hey, this is damaging our business? Or did they take it down because like, hey, you know what? I do understand how this hurts people. We don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should ask them. But cool that it ain't there anymore, I guess. So I'm not the type to sit around and be mad about the fact that there was a Confederate flag when I went and ate. I'd be lying if I said that I was upset about it. Or, well, not upset about it, that it made me leave. If I'm like, hey, I went and got my taco, and then I saw that, and I left. That's not true. It's not what happened. I ate the food. I didn't like that. It was uncomfortable. But then I ate the food, and I was like, all right, these tacos are good. Not going to come back anytime soon, but maybe next time I crave a taco. But anyways, that's what happened, so I'm not going to lie and say that's not what happened. But some people, they really don't like it. They don't like it, and if you don't like it and you're one of those people that's totally like, nah, anything Confederate, I don't want to support in the slightest bit, totally, cool. I get it. And if you're one of those people that's like, oh, yeah, they got a Confederate flag, I love them for that, then you're a bad person. And that's not a reason to love anybody. That is a piece of paper. Wait, no, flags aren't paper. What is flags made out of? Like spiders? No, it's not like spider, but like spider web. Is a flag spider web? I don't know what it is. Anyways, here are some of the comments that dropped on my post about the Mad Mexican ownership. One person said, I'm fixing to be a mad Caucasian if they don't start seasoning their food. Someone said, I thought the reason mad in the name was because of how mad you get when you eat there. And again, it's not like these people chased down a local business just promoting themselves and said all these things. They were on a parody comedy page and they posted silly stuff. Here's another more like the Mexican got mad after eating there. This person said, I just want Quiznos back. I don't know why anyone would say that. This person said, all I know is I saw the picture of the Mad Mexican on my newsfeed, and now I need an Uncle Rito. So they're a fan. The I'm not mad, just disappointed Mexican, that's an okay joke, but that therapy, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed is more so what a parent says. The therapy joke is not the not what I was going for. That's not okay. This person said, I love everything that I've ever gotten at Mad Mexican, especially the guacamole. My teens prefer MM over any other Mexican restaurant. So see, this joke is also bringing in support to the Mad Mexican. So look at that. Look at that. Somebody supports. This person said, had Mad Mexican today at a birthday party and it was excellent. This person said they used to have really great salsa. They probably still do, but they used to too. That's funny. This person said, can therapy help small portions and unseasoned food? If so, the whole square needs therapy or whatever meet and greet is doing. See, this is where it starts getting interesting, is that I have been guilty of making fun of local businesses, local restaurants for 5 years now. I just do it. It's funny. No one has gotten all bent out of shape and messaged me upset with me, for the most part, when I make fun of like Spray Berries or Redneck Gourmet or Golden's on the Square or the Alamo. Nobody cares. But when I make fun of the Mad Mexican, it's, you don't support small businesses. Why are you trying to hurt small businesses? Bullying small businesses. Y'all don't care about small businesses. Y'all care about the Mad Mexican, which is totally fine. I'm like that way with wings and things. I would sacrifice a limb of my body for wings and things if it meant I could get one lemon pepper wing from wings and things. So, but I'm not going to then pretend like I would do anything for Taco Mac. No, I don't care about Taco Mac. I don't care about Chili's. That's not true. Chili's is dope. I don't care about Applebee's. I don't care about Buffalo Wild Wings. I care about wings and things. So just be like, yo guys, I care about the Mad Mexican. Because when this guy's making fun of every place on the square, nobody cares. It's when people made fun of the Mad Mexican. Like I said, I posted this recently. The times I've made fun of Sprayberry's barbecue, 0 messages, 0 comments saying, leave small businesses alone, you're bullying small businesses, why are you trying to hurt small businesses? I had 14 messages about the Mad Mexican. And no one would just admit, hey, leave Mad Mexican alone, we like the Mad Mexican, you're being a jerk. It was all small businesses. You're hurting small businesses. Gee Louise. Brad says, I was there 2 weeks ago. Delicious fish tacos, fries great, chips and salsa and cheese dips was amazing. Some of y'all have no taste and always complain. You tell him, Brad. I don't think that's true. I don't think anyone here always complains, but you know. Here we go. Ben Brown says, are they going to take down their artsy Confederate flag? And this is where somebody said, they took it down yesterday. I'm not from the South. I'm a transplant. I just can't understand how folks still get behind that flag. That's good to hear, though. This person said, maybe you should ride and look for yourself. It's been down. When was this? I was in there not long ago, and it was still there. Then, again, these comments are weeks and weeks old, so if you're reading them now. So, but they're gone. The flag is gone. It is, I'm not trying to lessen that. It's a reminder of your dad and something special to you. I understand that. I always hoped that the story behind it was something like the story you mentioned. I grew up in Newnan. I grew up with rebel flags flying everywhere and heard the heritage not hate comment. All right, this is just somebody's really, really long response to her story about her dad. So yes, the flag came from her dad. And again, that's where it falls into the heritage. It's been around forever kind of thing. I don't think it's making some kind of a... But I don't know. I like giving people the benefit of the doubt. Might be totally wrong. This will be the second name change in a year or so. They need to just close. Not true. It will not be the second name change in a year or so. This person says, I don't think it's very good. This person posted a picture of a man eating a taco with poop on his pants. Oh, I hate that. I'm going to go ahead and block that comment because that's gross. I didn't see that. See, I haven't gone through and seen these. Someone said, love their nachos. And I'll see, that is just based on the one Facebook joke that I have made. A better representation of how people feel about a restaurant is going to be on their Google reviews. And you know I love going to Google reviews and reading some of the reviews on there. So we're about to do that. I will remind you that the Mad Mexican changed its name from the Red Mexican, and this was back in 2018. This is how the news article read. After 5 years, Red Mexican will be changing its name. Starting today, the restaurant is officially renamed the Mad Mexican. Owners said the change was necessary for franchising opportunities in the future, something that would have been impossible under the old name because of licensing issues from a previous business partner. The new name allows the Smiths the opportunity to use their new logo and expand into franchising that would have been extremely difficult otherwise. Nothing else has changed other than the name, they said. We're still family owned with the same menu and customer service. So yeah, they did take their name from the Red Mexican, which personally, that's a dope name. I like that name more, and change it to the Mad Mexican. So it's not like somebody gave them a new name and they had to take it and then they got made fun of. They chose that name. I stand by making fun of the name the Mad Mexican. You should make fun of the names of businesses. It is funny. My name is literally the Newnan Time with Herald because it pokes fun at the Newnan Times Herald. So I am, and if you want to make fun of my name, go ahead. My real name is so stupid. It's such a silly, I say my real name, my Christian name is so silly. Anyways, so we're going to get into some Google reviews. We're going to hear what 689 people think. Well, we're not going to go through all 689, but we're going to jump into some of these Google reviews on the Mad Mexican. We're going to go with newest. We're going to hit the newest reviews because that is where we're at. And we're going to see what people are saying about the Mad Mexican. I will tell you that out of 689 reviews, they are sitting at 4.2 stars. 4.2 stars out of almost 700 reviews. Okay. Most recently, 5 stars. Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, having Chrissy as your server and getting great service, priceless. 4 weeks ago, 5 stars. Consistently the best on the square, from the food to the employees, never fails. 5 stars. Great food, great people. Chrissy does a great job keeping everyone happy. 5 stars. Chrissy and Cole do a great job. Next one. 5 stars. We love the food and family atmosphere at the Mad Mexican. Chrissy always welcomes us in, has a smile on her face. I'm going to be honest. Most of these are 5 stars. So we're going to have to go back a while. It'll take 2 months. 2 months ago was the last non-5 star review. This is 3 stars. It says Mexican, but it is American style. Sauces are what comes in a bottle. It is not authentic Mexican food. 3 stars. I don't think it's supposed. I don't think it's supposed to be authentic Mexican, is it? No? Yeah, it's authentic Mexican cuisine with a southern twist. So whatever that means. Here we go. 3 months ago, 2 stars. My husband both got a dish that had the hamburger. The hamburger is tasteless. The color is not brown like when it's supposed to be brown. The hamburger was white. No spices in the meat to make it flavorful. The hamburger tasted like it was boiled, then brown. Last, there is a hair in my chips. The people are very friendly, though. 2 stars. Here we go. If we go back 4 months ago, 1 star. We had a 1-star review. Tiny portions for the price. The girl took the order wrong and gave us attitude when we pointed it out. The burrito was the size of a hot dog, and the hot dogs are the size of breakfast sausage. Cute place. You do not get value for the price. And then we go into a lot more 5 stars. A lot of 5 stars. I'll be honest, y'all. I mean, 4.2 stars is pretty good. Because, especially since how much people like to complain. So it's cool to see anywhere that I've eaten have that. Now let's look at this last thing. Here we go. Their last health score, according to the internet. Now I don't know. Let's see. That's 2024. That's January. We're here for you. Are you here for us? Please purchase a subscription to keep reading. And I'm not going to purchase no subscription. Newnan Times Herald, what you trying to do to me? According to the AI overview on Google, the most recent health score is an 88B or a 95A. Not sure which one, because it is the AI overview, so it's always hard to judge it based on that. But either way, I've never personally heard anything about the Mad Mexicans health score being an issue. People don't seem to like the food. They don't like the sign. They feel like there's not always a good bit of stuff for the money, but the business seems to be doing fine. I enjoyed my conversation with the person from the Mad Mexican team. I didn't like how the conversation started. Perfectly fine with how the conversation ended. I don't like the people that have reached out to me and been like, here, take it down. You don't support small businesses, trying to manipulate me into doing what they want. Don't like that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, you took down one of the most controversial things, one of the lamest things about you. Cool. Good job. The 3 tacos I had were good. Cool. Good job. You may not be the best at taking criticism. Not a good job. Your customers may be kind of manipulative when they try to get me to take down stuff. Not a good job. But all in all, everything that I know, I can say with absolute confidence that meet and greet is the best food in Downtown Newnan, which has always been true. Anyways, that is it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the drama that has unfolded lately regarding the Mad Mexican. I am Newnan Time with Harold. I'll be back with a kick and a hop and a punch and a jump, whatever that means.